Okay. Uh, okay. Good morning, all. This is our second lecture of strategic management, that is 301 course, and we are today going to continue unit number one. So we are going to start with a new point today, that is the core subject point, right? The topic, strategic management. So as we have already seen in the last session about what are the various strategies, what does strategy word itself means, and the other related things, and how the word came into existence, what was the background of the word, from where it did came from, and everything. Now in today's session we are going to start with the core topic, that is the point of strategic management. Okay. So let us now start with it. Yes. Strategic management, the first and very important part of this unit. Strategic management is a comprehensive area that covers almost all the functional areas of the organization. So, see, as only as it mentioned in the first very line, that it is the most important functional area and it covers all the aspect. Because, see, whenever we are talking about strategy, it is not limited, or it is not uh, it is not having a certain boundary, but it is applicable to the holistic part of the organization. It is applicable everywhere, every function, every department, because these decisions are taken at a very higher level in the organizational, you can say, the at the higher level of the organization, and it is followed at every point of level in the organization, right? So due to this, what happens, whenever any kind of strategic decision taken in the organization, or any kind of strategic plan designed at the management level, which is usually done at a higher level of management, it is applicable to all the below departments and functional areas. So it is said that it covers almost all the functional areas in the organization. It is an umbrella concept of management that comprises all such functional areas as marketing, finance and accounts, then human resource, production, operation, into a top level management discipline. So as I discussed right now, see, whenever we are talking about organization, it is not just one body, but it comprises of multiple functional areas operating together so that the ultimate objective can be achieved, right? So what are these various functional areas? Like, we are having the various departments within the organization, like marketing, finance, accounts, human resource, production, operation, research, etc., right? So all these areas together contribute as an whole organization, right? So we say it as an umbrella concept, right? So whenever any kind of strategy is implemented, it is implemented throughout the organization. That means it is applicable to the overall functional areas that operate in the organization. So, strategic management involves setting of the objective, analyzing the competition, then analyzing the competitive environment, analyzing the internal organization, evaluating strategies, and then ensuring that management rolls out the strategies across the organization. So, it is not like just you have to decide on something and you're just going to finalize and implement. It's not like that or that easy. Before taking any kind of strategic decision, or before implementing any kind of strategy, a very systematic process is followed, wherein a market study is done, the study of competition, the study of environment, then the study of the society wherein the organization operates, then what are the internal organizational things that are also analyzed and studies, means what organization have, what are the organizational capabilities, how is a human resource in the organization, what resources we have, how much we are having maximum units, how we can utilize it. Every internal aspect of that organization is studied. Then various strategies depending upon the objectives for which the strategy is to be set out, then depending upon those, then analyzing the environment, then analyzing internal organization. After analyzing this all things, various strategies are developed, like ABC. So just take for an example. So ABC kind of strategies are developed, which are which differ from each other but have the same common objective, and then those strategies are evaluated, that which of these is the best one to be implemented. Then among the available options of strategies, the best suitable strategy which will benefit the organization is selected. So after evaluating the strategy, the final strategy is selected, and then that strategy is implemented. But remember, the thing doesn't end over here, right? So just implementing the strategy doesn't means strategic management. You have to continuously study that the strategy that you are implementing throughout the organization is going in line with your plan, right? And just a second. Okay. Okay. Okay, everyone can see the session, see the screen now. Yes, for the students who are not there in the morning session, actually I have already started with the point. I will again start with the this point again. Okay, in morning session, we have done till strategic management introduction. Okay, so we'll start with this again. Okay, we have seen in the previous session that what does strategic management means, right? Now see, whenever we are going to talk about strategy or any kind of strategy implementation, it's not just a process wherein you have to just decide one plan and implement it. It requires lots and lots of study about the background of the organization, the environment in which the organization deals with, the customers, the internal environment, the external competition. Then you have to come up to the final strategy that is to be implemented in the organization so as to achieve the objective. So in the strategic management process, the very first thing that is to be done is setting of the objectives. Okay, once the objectives are set, then the next step is to analyze the competitive environment. The competitive environment analysis is carried out with the use of various tools available in a strategic management study, wherein you study the external environment of the organization, its competitors, its market, whatever going on in the competition, and so on. So, in this way, the competitive analysis is done, and then the internal analysis of the organization is also very important thing which is to be carried out, and hence the internal analysis of the organization is also carried out. And after studying the first, after identifying or setting the objective, then analyzing the external environment of the organization, the competitive environment, then studying about the analysis of internal things in the organization, then finally the strategies are developed. So the strategies are like ABCs kind of strategies, means there are multiple strategies that are outlined so as to implement them, but which one is to be finalized, it is evaluated. So depending upon the available xyz strategies or multiple available options for the strategies, one strategy is to be finalized. So all the strategies that are to be implemented are evaluated, and once those strategies are evaluated, the best suitable strategy is selected, and that best suitable strategy is then implemented. But the work doesn't end over here. Once the strategy is finalized and implemented, then the role of the management is to continuously study about the strategy, whether it is going in line as per the plan, or it is going little in the outside area, or are we going as per this as we have decided or not. And in this way the things are studied and evaluated. Once the strategy is finalized and implemented and continuously studied and monitored, then the final strategy means after implementation and a proper aid used to study that implementation, finally if the objective is achieved. So in this way the things go on, means first setting of the objective, studying the competitive environment, then studying the internal organization, and then identifying various available strategies, and among those finalizing the one best suitable strategy, and then implementing it. But along with implementing, you also have to study that how the implementation is done, whether the continuous monitoring of implemented strategy is very necessary so as to things to be going in line with the plan, and these strategies are implemented across the organization, throughout the organization, so as to achieve the ultimate objectives. Strategic management provides Strategic management provides overall direction to an enterprise and involves specifying the organization's objective, developing policies and plans to achieve those objectives, and then allocating resources to implement the plans. Means, see, whenever the organization comes into the picture of strategic management, what happens? The organization get a kind of discipline, you can say, wherein the organization is able now to get in line with the competition, set some goals for itself. Okay, so the overall direction of an enterprise is done at the level of strategic management. So it involves setting of the objectives for the organization, then you have to design various policies for the organization, various plans that will help you to achieve the objectives, right? Means setting of the vision, setting of the mission, then whatever the resources you have to allocate those resources, so that you can so that you, whatever the plan you are implementing, so which resource to be used in what manner and in what quantity, that is decided at this level. And depending upon the availability of the resources and the other funds and other uh, related aspect, various resource allocation is done, and then the plan is actually implemented so as to achieve the ultimate objective. Now here is I hope everyone is getting this. Yes, have you understood this? Yes, Siley? Yeah. Please don't just be mum in the session. Please reply whenever the questions or whenever I ask, and also share your thoughts if you have while discussion. I want, or I wish to have two-way communication while the session is going on. So please uh, keep on discussing the things or any doubts you have. Okay. Now here is one definition given by Chaplin regarding strategic management. Let us go through it. So, strategic management is the formulation and implementation of plans and carrying out of activities relating to the matters which are of vital, pervasive, or continuing importance to the total organization. So whenever we are see, as Chaplin discusses here, so strategic management is nothing but formulation and implementation of plans that are related to the importance of the organization. Okay, so the things which are really very important, things which are very necessary or of vital pursuance for the organization, the plans and the formulation of strategies related to those, so as to achieve the ultimate decided set goal, is nothing but the strategic management. So, and strategic management, whenever you are saying this word, it is the part which is implemented throughout the organization from the lower level to the upper level of the organization. So it is a holistic application of any kind of the plan or activity which is done throughout the organization. I hope all are getting this. Now let us see next the characteristics of strategic management. Okay, so characteristics of strategic management are as follows. The very first thing is flexibility. It is flexible, long term issues, then competitive advantage it has, then it is it affects on the operation, it is shareholders oriented, it is something of innovation, it is something related to stream of decisions and actions, and it is not operation specific. Now let us see all these in detail. Okay, characteristics of strategic management in detail now. So the first one is flexible. A strategic management system must include a high degree of flexibility. There should be flexibility to break from the model when business conditions demand it. So see, though we are deciding on certain plan or actions that are to be taken so as to achieve the organizational objectives, but we cannot forget that we are dealing with such a market or such an environment which constantly changes. Things go on changing from one phase place to another. So depending upon the situation, it becomes very necessary for the organization to mold itself to take decisions depending upon the scenario in the market or the competitive environment. And hence it is very necessary that there should be higher degree of flexibility involved in the strategic management decision. So strategic management is nothing but something which should be very flexible, should have higher degree of flexibility, so as to get it mold in such a way that the market requirement is there. Okay, so flexibility is one of the most important characteristics of strategic management. The second one is long term issues. See, strategic management deals primarily with long term issues that may or may not have an immediate effect. So, see, something that is having, see, you take one action and you'll get immediate result of it, it is not regarding strategic management. It is something which is done with keen importance, thinking about the long term goals of the organization and to reach a certain height or a benchmark that the organization decides. And it is not something which will get immediately or have immediate effect on it. So it is a long term process, continuous process, which will help you to solve your long term issues and objectives. So it is one of the characteristic of strategic management, which is of about long term issues. Next is competitive advantage. Strategic management helps manager find new sources of sustainable competitive advantage. See, whenever we are saying something or we are studying about strategic management, the organizations are very keenly observing the competitive organization which are competing continuously with them, the strategies made by them, the products they are coming up with, the different changes they are making in their products or organizational strategies. So these things are very minutely observed by the competitors and by the organization itself. So what happens, due to this continuous observation and study or analysis, the managers in the organization continuously observes this competition and they get the inputs, whatever the things are going on and the trends are changing. So this helps them to get an idea about what they can do to overcome these changes and get a competitive advantage and sustain in the market. So in this way, the strategic management helps the manager to find new sources of sustainable competition so as to survive in the competition and get the upper edge in the competition. Okay, next is effect on operations. Good strategic management always has a sizable effect on operational issues. Okay, so whenever you are talking about good strategic management, that means you'll get certain result and those results will be effective and sizably observable. Okay, for example, a decision to link pay to performance will result in operational decisions being more effective as employees try harder at their jobs. So here one example is given to help you explain better the term effect on operations, right? See, one example here is like it's a strategic decision of the management people to link performance with their pay. Means if the employee performance is good, he will be paid more. If the performance of that employee is lower, he will paid according to his performance. Means the range of his performance or output will reflect the range of his payment. So see, once this decision is taken at and it is operated in the organization, automatically the employees will try to work harder and harder with their jobs so as to get higher paid, highly paid, right? So in this way, this decision will have sizable impact on the output, right? So this is how we can say the effect on operations. Means you are going to operate on the payment linkage of the employee with its performance, and you'll observe the actual output of that at a higher level. So this is kind of effect on operations. Okay, I hope all are getting this. Yes, समझता है का? Okay. Next point is shareholders oriented. Managing the organization in a strategic fashion requires that the interests of the shareholders be put at the heart of all the issues. Shareholders value should be at the core at all times. See, when we are talking about the shareholders, these are very important people from organization point of view, because these are the people who are going to provide you with the funds, right? And funds are very necessary, or you can say important input that is required by the organization so as to grow more and more. So shareholders are the people who are to be taken care of. So whenever any kind of decision taken at the organization, so at that level or at that time of point, it is very necessary that all the shareholders should have their opinion, their inputs while taking any kind of strategic decisions. They should be taken care of and given importance while taking any kind of this decisions which are related to organization, because they are the people who are very valuable assets for the organization. And whatever the operations or organization is going to operate, its ultimate impact is going to hamper the stakeholders, because they're investing certain kind of amount in your organization. So they are going to get impacted if anything goes wrong. So it should be in such a way that the shareholders should get benefited by whatever strategic decision that will be taken by the organization, so that ultimately it will be affected on the shareholders interest in the organization. And they will you can say input they will give an input of more funds for the organization and purchase more shares. So in this way they are linked with each other, and hence we can say that the strategic management is a process which is shareholders oriented. Next is innovation. Innovation or creativity is an important feature in the case of strategic management. Yes, obviously, because see, whenever we are dealing with competition, you should be someone who is continuously coming up with new ideas, innovative ideas, and working on various products, various innovative services or product lines which are currently not available in the market, so that people will rush towards you, right? So innovation and creativity is of very keen importance to the organization so as to survive and sustain in the competition, and get forward in the competition, because environment is ever changing. That is the way of demand, taste, and behavioral pattern of employers and employees to be changed. So as the need and requirements of the customers are going to get changed, it is very necessary that employers mindset should change in the similar manner, or at least be able to understand the customers, and accordingly as per the requirement and the necessity of the change, they should be able to innovate their product, innovate their services, innovate their organization, and bring something which is of creativity. So strategic management is something which is of innovation or is innovative. Next is stream of decision and actions. So strategic management is a stream of decisions and actions. It is a process by which the top level management decides and does for the success of the organization. So strategic management is the stream which will be there for decision making in the organization, and whatever the action to be taken in the organization throughout different level, the strategic management will be responsible for it. So it is the stream of decisions and actions. It is a process by which the top level management will decide the things, and that things will be communicated at the different levels of the organization and implemented by them so as to achieve the organizational success. The last point for characteristics is not operation specific. Means strategic management has organization wide implication, as we have discussed previously that it is a kind of umbrella concept of implementing entire strategy or plan throughout the organization. So you can't say that it is any kind of operation specific, because it is applicable to all the functions or operational areas of the organization. It is not operation specific. It is a kind of system approach applicable to the entire system of the organization or the organization as whole, and it involves strategic choices. So in this way we get completed with the characteristics of strategic management. So any doubt so far? Yes. Yes, student, please speak up. Okay. So now we'll move to the next point. Next point is the distinction or distinguish between strategy and tactics. So anyone can just elaborate on this point or can put their inputs on this. What is difference between strategy and tactics? Yes. Yeah. So strategy and tactics, they are kind of similar things, but they differ by the time period. Okay. Whenever we are talking about the strategy defines your long term goals, means the work that you are going to do for your long term achievements, right? And how you are planning to achieve them comes under strategy. And or you can say, in other words, your strategy gives you path you need to achieve your organization's mission, right? So strategy is nothing but the kind of path that you have designed so as to achieve your vision. So it's the mission of your organization which can be alternately used by the term strategy, or you can say your mission can be achieved by using strategy. Okay. Tactics are much more concrete and are often oriented towards smaller steps and a shorter time frame along the way. So when you are talking about the tactics, they are small term goals which are immediately set up and immediately completed, or you can say a small paths that you take towards achieving your final long term goals. So those are tactics, and strategies are your long term goal or path that you need to achieve your organization's mission. So in this way, they both differ by a slight difference, but they are having different meaning and they differ from each other. So that is the most important thing that you all should note. So we usually often use the word strategy and tactics alternatively, but they have a hairline difference in them. That means one is long term, another one, that is tactics, is short term. uh, and they are more concrete and smaller steps towards the success. Now here is one this thing given, quote given by Sun Tzu, that is he differentiates strategy from tactics. Let us see now how it does. So strategy without tactics is the slowest route to victory, and tactics without strategy is the noise before the defeat. It simply states that, or this means that you can't complete your victory by using strategy if you don't involve tactics in it, or if you are not involving any kind of tactics, then your strategy towards your victory will slower down, means you'll achieve your objective with a slower speed. And if your tactics is without a strategy, then it's just a noise before your defeat. Means if you're going to use tactics but you don't have any kind of strategy behind it, then you're not going to get the success you're wishing to have. So everyone should know this and take in mind that tactics without strategy is incomplete, and similarly strategy without tactics is incomplete. You have to achieve the goals and you have to make them work together, make them in line, and then you can achieve the ultimate goal of the organization that you have decided. So in this way, they both differ by each other. Now here is some important highlighting points that will help you to differ them. So we will discuss them on these 7 pointers. So when we are talking about the tactics and strategy, so let us see the first point that will differ them. So focus on, tactics focus on immediate needs, whereas strategy is more about future. Then tactics are goals and objective oriented, while strategy is vision oriented. Tactics prefers stability because they are very short term, while strategy prefers change because they are long term, and in this long run the environment will go on changing. It is not going to be stagnant, it will be having continuous changes, things will go on upgrading, the trends will go on changing, and hence change is the most important aspect of strategy. So strategy prefers change while tactics prefer stability because it is short term and concrete and stable for a small term objective. Next, tactics emphasizes the organization, whereas strategy emphasizes environment. Tactics looks internally, whereas strategy looks external, because when we are talking about strategy, you're continuously studying the external environment and external aspect. so it is external. Then tactics prefer reliable techniques, whereas strategy prefers innovation and creativity. Then tactics wants to improve what is already there, whereas strategy wants to consider what can be there. So there is this, you can say, can be the most important difference you all should note. I hope now all are clear with this. Yes. Yes, students. Okay. Now coming to the next point, that is strategic management process. The strategic management process is ways for businesses to build strategies that help the company respond quickly to the new challenges. It is not a static concept but an ongoing process, as we already discussed that as it is a long term process and as the market changes, it needs to be get flexible accordingly. So it's not something which is will be started at certain point of time and will get in some time. But it is a long term process which is continuously ongoing. Okay, this dynamic process helps the organization find new and more efficient way to do the business. So strategic management helps the organization to do the business more efficiently, more effectively, and in a more effective manner so as to achieve the objectives. The strategic management process defines the organization strategy. It is also the process which helps the managers to make a choice of a set of strategies for the organization that will enable it to achieve better performances. When strategic management will help you to be a better performer in the competition, better performance in the competition, so as to achieve the advantage of that being better performer and getting competitive advantage of it, so as to go and sustain in long run. Okay, so now let us see how it can be done. So it can be done with the help of the strategic management process. So the process is like there are total 5 steps in it. If you'll observe the means this strategic management process, different books will have certain different minute changes, but you can go through any one of them. It won't be of any this thing hesitation. So now let us start with the process. The strategic management process involves your 5 steps. So the very first step is about goal setting. Second step is about analyzing the environment. Third step is about strategy formulation. Fourth step is about strategy implementation, and the last step is about strategy monitoring. So let us see now the first one. So, goal setting. The first part of strategic management is to plan and set your goals. See, if you don't know where you want to reach, you can't travel in that direction. So, to travel in certain direction, you first know your point of contact where you have to reach, right? So, for that, you first need to plan your objectives, set your goals where you have to reach. Then, set the short and long term goals of the organization and make sure that these are shared with all the members of the organization. Because if you're not going to share the goals with the other members of the organization, they're not going to know that what are the goals and where they have to reach. So you first have to share the goals with the other members of the organization, and then you can go ahead. Explain and share how each member of the team will have an impact on the organization reaching this goal. This will help give each member of the team a sense of purpose and will give their job a meaning. So see, what you have to do is, first of all, you have to set the goal, you have to set the plan for your organizational objective. Then you have to set the short term and long term goals for the organization and share those objectives or plans with all the members of the organization. Then explain them how they are the part of that plan, or how they are member of that team, and how they are going to impact the organization. Means whatever the job done by these employees, how they are going to get resulted with the organization, what impact of their action will be on the organization. Explain them that, then explain them about the goals, then let the members of the team know what are their responsibilities and how they can be responsible for the overall progress of the organization. Give them the sense of responsibility they carry along with their job, so that their job will get a meaning, a concrete, or you can say objective. Okay. This is the first step of strategic management process, that is goal setting. I hope all have understood this. Yes. Yes. Now the second step is analyzing the environment. During this stage of the process, it is important to gather as much as information and data as possible. This information will be the integral to creating your strategy to reach your goals. This step of strategic management entails becoming aware of any issues within the organization and understanding all the needs of the organization. So the next step after setting goal is analyzing the environment. So during this process, what you have to do, you have to gather all the possible information that you can gather about the organization, about the things that are going on, about the various data that is related to, sorry, uh, you have to gather all the possible data that is related to the organization and start analyzing that data, start studying that data. The information that you will start creating after setting your goal will help you to reach your goal, help you to complete your strategy in a very effective manner. So this step of the strategic management process will be helping you to make you aware about various issues within the organization and understand all the needs of the organization. Also study about the organizational environment, about the external organizational environment, its competition, its customers, and its competitors, what they are doing currently in the market so as to sell their products in a more quantity. Okay. So this can be done while doing the analysis of their organizational internal environment and the external environment. So after analyzing the environment, the third step is to formulate the strategy, that is strategy formulation. In this strategic management step, you will use all the intelligence and the data you have gathered to formulate the strategy that you will use to reach whatever goal you set. So what you have to do at this stage you have to use all the intelligence and data that you have uh, gathered. You'll utilize all the available data and use that data to formulate the strategy, and using that data you will now start designing the strategy to reach the goal you have decided. So strategy formulation starts at this stage by using whatever the information you have got. Then identify useful resources you have, and also seek out other resources you will need to set up for your strategy. So you have to study that what the resources in terms of money, in terms of human resources, in terms of other required things you have. Then you have to set up the strategy depending upon whatever you have and what is needed and what can be provided, and accordingly you can set up your strategy. Okay. Now last fourth step is strategy implementation. Now see, once the strategies are decided, you don't come up with one solution, you have multiple strategy that you have decided with you, and amongst those multiple strategies, the best suitable and the best strategy for your organization will be get selected, and that best suitable strategy will be the one which is selected and to be implemented. So this implementation is done at the level 4. That is step number 4. Uh, just a second. एक 5 मिनट Okay, so the second last step is now the strategy implementation. Now, this is arguable that it is the most important part of the entire strategic management process, because, see, whatever you are going to decide or think or come upon with an idea, that is now to be actually implemented at this stage. So, the entire strategic management process is here it stands still, because it is the most important part where you are going to actually implement the things that you are decided, or that you are going that you are deciding in the last few steps. So at this point, each member of the team should have a clear understanding of the plan, what are the objectives, and should know how they play a part within it. Means not only knowing about the plan that is to be implemented should be known to the employee, but what is their role in that plan is also of the importance that they should know while actually implementing the strategy. So this stage is where your strategy is now going to get putted into the this stage is where now you're actually going to put your strategy into action. So just remember this thing at this point of time, that the fourth stage, that is strategy implementation. Here the important things are like the entire organization should know about the plan, their objectives, and how they are going to implement that, and every employee should know his role in that strategic implementation, so that he can efficiently work on it and put his 100% while implementing the plan. And now this stage will be something which will actually do the implementation work of the decided thing. So this is the most important part of the entire strategic management process. Now the last stage is strategy monitoring. See, implementing of strategy doesn't mean that the strategic management process now is going to get to an end. No, it doesn't. The next part after that is, once you implement the strategy, continuously monitoring the strategy, that whether it is going in line or not is very necessary. So that uh, whatever the ultimate objective you have decided, you are going and planning and moving in the direction to achieve them only. So for that reason, monitoring your strategy is of very much importance. So during this stage, strategy will already be in play, means it is already getting implemented. So at this point, organization should be managing, evaluating, and monitoring each part of the strategy, and ensuring that it aligns with the end goal. Means whatever the action plan you are actually working on right now, it is actually going to take you towards the actual end goal that you have decided previously. So it should be aligned with the end goal that you have decided at the very initial stage, while starting thinking on the strategic plan that you are going to set. If it does not, then this is the time where you could make the tweaks and adjustment to strengthen the overall plan. This is the stage where you will track the progress and have the opportunity to deal with any unexpected shifts in the strategy. So not only you have to govern and study the strategic plan and see that whether it is going or not in line, but if the things are not as per the decide if but if the things are not going in line as you have decided, then you have to make the necessary changes, tweaks and turns that will help you to go and travel towards those goals. Okay, so your plan should be going in that same path which you have decided, and if it's not, then you have to do the necessary changes and implementations or adjustment, so that you will achieve the final outcome that you are wishing to have. Okay, so this stage will track your progress and give you the opportunity to deal with any unexpected things that might pop out while implementing this plan throughout your organization. So in this way, your strategic management process will get end when you are continuously monitoring, doing necessary adjustment, so that your overall plan should work and gain the final outcome expected. So this is the entire process of strategic management. I hope all have got this. Yes, yes, students. Okay. So with this, I think all have understood. If any doubt, please you can go right now and ask me. Yes, students, you have any kind of doubt? Okay. Anyone else? Okay. I hope there are no doubts from your side for the session. If in case you have any doubt, you can ask me in our further sessions. For now, I conclude our today's session and thank you all for attending this. Thank you. You all now may leave the meet. Yeah, thank you.